Welcome back to another episode of the Breadwinner Energy podcast. Hello, my friends. So I'm currently sitting here in my bathroom painting my nails, and my children are downstairs with my husband in our gym, but the gym is like under me. So if you hear screaming children in the background, that is why, and my kids are taken care of, so no worries. But the reason I am not in my office recording and being a true business owner, the reason I'm not in my office and recording is because, number one, I was already in the middle of painting my nails, and I'm not like a person who likes to sit still and just like sit and do nothing. And I also have a lot of thoughts coming to my mind. So whether I'm in the shower or whenever I get like 5 minutes, honestly, to myself to just be in my own thoughts, it's typically even in the car. I have so many good downloads. Now, I would record in my car, but I just think the sound quality would be so bad, and my team would probably be like, please never do that again. But if I could record podcast episodes in my car, I swear they'd probably be like the best episodes ever, because I get all of my downloads in the car, like the car and the shower. And it's always like the places where I can't like write something down. Chelsea Newmeyer, she is a productivity and time management coach. She's an alumni student of mine, as well as one of our co-coaches. She literally has a shower pad where she can write notes in her shower. And that is just like the most epic thing that I've ever heard of. Like, I have to get one because all of my downloads come when I don't have a place to put them. So I thought, you know what, why don't I just record an episode right now while I am painting my nails and having 5 minutes of free time to myself. Now, if you're new here, maybe you don't know, but I am married and I have 2 children, and I just had my youngest last year. So we're still in the thick of new baby and starting over, because my oldest is 7, almost 7.5. And I do not recommend having children 7.5 years apart, because not only did I sell and get rid of all of my baby stuff because I did not think I would have more children, but I also just started over again. And I feel like I never get 5 minutes to myself, not to mention my husband still works a 9 to 5. Now, maybe you're thinking, Tay, why does your husband still work a 9 to 5 if you make lots of money? Well, because this is the thing. My husband doesn't want to leave his 9 to 5. And it is honestly so frustrating and annoying. And it's one of our biggest, I don't want to say fights, but it's definitely one of our biggest topics that we have lots of conversations around, because I would honestly love for my husband to retire or do something else possibly. And we even talked about one time him coming into my agency, and that quickly faded after we had a not so fun client meeting that I had to handle, and he was in for, and he was like, yeah, I don't think this is my thing. And I understand and respect that totally. And my husband absolutely loves his job. So he's still there for the time being, but that also leaves me being a 2-time business owner, breadwinner, and full-time parent while my children are at home, because my baby, I am not putting her in daycare. Our nanny is a teacher, so she goes back to school during the year, and my oldest daughter does online school. So I am full-time mom all the time running a business, and I am just honestly so grateful to have team and to have a business that allows me to even be at home with my kids. So yeah, I don't get a lot of space to myself in this season of life. So when I get the time and I get the space and I get the thoughts, here I am recording. Today, I want to talk about something that is so incredibly exciting, which is the Breadwinner Energy business, really. If you've been here, you know that Breadwinner Energy is obviously the podcast name, my business name. It is all things that I am about and I stand for. And being a breadwinner is not just about out earning your partner or making more money. And it is totally a mindset. It is where you're going. It is the vision. It is the money. And it's also a movement. And I want to talk about this today. So I have not really shied away from giving you guys my full on opinions of just about everything, and as well as sharing with you guys coaching experiences I've even had and how they've let me down, or I've joined programs that let me down, or even the time that I joined a coaching program that I'm pretty sure is a cult and some form of weird MLM shit that's going around the coaching industry. And I will not shy away from these topics because I think it's so important that we talk about them openly. And when more people talk about them and we normalize them, not only does it get rid of those kind of programs and people who are literally not in the industry for good, for impact, for change, but they're just here for money. it also normalizes these experiences so that more people talk out about them, and we are showcasing like who in the industry is not here to make a change and make impact. Now, I've talked about this a number of times, and this does not mean that like you're just unhappy with the results that you got in a coaching program because one, you either joined a program you shouldn't have been in, two, you didn't get the results because you didn't put in the work, or three, like you just didn't like the style that the coach gave, right? Like that does not count as the coach lied to you, or the coach never showed up after they sold you into a program that you thought they were going to coach you in, right? Like that's a very different experience. Like for instance, I recently joined a program. I was told that people were making a certain amount of income because I wanted to make sure that I was in the room with people making more than me, higher levels than me, so I could actually learn. And that was not at all the case. And I was told the team was super hands-on. And again, I haven't seen her seen her once in 6 months, right? So there's very differences between like, you're just not happy with your experience versus like, no, this is an actual problem. This was a lie, right? And so recently in this coaching program, multiple people have spoken out on their own similar experiences that like, hey, we thought we were signing up for something else. We paid for thousands of dollars for something different. See, I think it's different when one or two people are like disgruntled by something that they didn't actually put time and energy and effort into, and they thought a coach was going to save them, versus like a collective of people being like, look, I was totally lied to, right? Like I didn't even learn anything. I didn't get value, or you lied. So that has happened recently, and this conversation just continues to come up. Like, this is something that I've talked about openly for years. It's something I've had conversations with people for years, but people are literally sick of it. So what I'm seeing is people will join high-ticket coaching programs. A lot of times it's like influencer coaches, or coaches that either claim to make millions of dollars and or are influencers or have thousands of followers. They sell you into their program. You don't see them. You don't really get hands-on coaching at all. You don't get anything custom. It's like a course with some calls, typically. You don't get results. And then people are like, oh, the coaching industry is a scam. And then they don't hire coaches again. And it is so frustrating as a coach, as somebody who's like truly and genuinely so in love with the coaching industry, and I love to help women, and I love to make impact. And not only that, like it is my life and mission's purpose on this earth is to coach people. Like I am such a spiritual person. I believe in law of attraction, manifestation. I believe in astrology, and I also believe in God. But my birth chart literally has on it being successful as a teacher and a leader in my career. But I know in my soul, it is my job to change people's lives. And like, that is what I've been put on this earth to do. And I think that it's frustrating for those of us who are like genuinely here to make impact and change the world and change the industry. And every time you have a sales conversation, you're met with, yeah, but I've been burned in the past. Yeah, well, coaching is a scam. Or, I spent thousands of dollars with a coach and I didn't get results. Like, this is the story. Like I hear it all the time, and it's so hard for coaches who are like truly genuinely out here trying to make a difference, who love coaching, who this is their life's purpose, and you're up against people making lots of money with lots of followers who are just not genuine. And if they are, collectively people aren't seeing it. So my business and my team and I are doing some revamping. I don't know if revamping is even the word. Like that's not the word, but I can't think of another word to describe it. Basically, we're growing, we're expanding, we're scaling, and I have put in more team in place because I have a really big goal to enroll a lot of people into my programs this year. And I knew in order for me to be better at my job, in order for me to show up and be coaching lots of people, in order for everyone who comes into our world to be highly supported, we need more coaches, we need more team, we need more support, right? And not, here's my team, see you later, never talk to me again. But I need people like tactically in my business so that I can show up and coach. And through this, we have been restructuring, like what is the flow, what is the funnels, what are the offers, what's our low ticket, our medium ticket, and our high ticket offers in order to get people in through this journey with us and really make a difference. Like what are our values? What do we stand for? What do we want to be known for, right? Because Breadwinner Energy is and will be a household name. And that is something that I firmly believe, which is why I trademarked it. It's why I have built my whole life and business around this mission. And it has come full circle that it is my mission on this earth and through my journey to change people's lives. And when I was going through this process recently with my team of like, okay, we're going to reopen Coach Skills, which is a program we've run for 2 other years. It's our certification program. How does this fit into our mastermind that's coming up in January? How does this fit in with Coach School, which is our medium ticket signature program? And as I was going through this process, it hit me. I was like, the Breadwinner is a movement. Breadwinner Energy is a movement. It is mindset, money, and it's a movement. And I want this movement to change people's lives, but also like I want that to funnel down. So something I've always said is when you come and get coached by me, not only does your life change, everyone around you's life changes. So your clients, your kids, your family, your friends, because the expansion lives on, right? So I coach you and I make impact on your life, and then you go out and make impact on the world, and then you coach people that make impact on the world, and so on and so forth. And I thought to myself, because I said to my team, how do I create a space of safe coaches, of coaches who want to change the world and make impact, so that when people go to hire coaches, they have a place to go to be like, I know I can hire from this place. I can hire from this directory. I can hire this group of people or these coaches because I feel safe and secure that these are people out here trying to change the world. It's like, how do I make this happen, right? I even had a conversation with someone recently, the DM. They're like, you need to have an app. And I was like, that would be awesome. So I tell my team, and she was like, my operations manager, she is like a tech guru. She was like, you will have to hire like a software team. Like that's a whole like thing that like we don't have capacity for at this time. So I'm like at the drawing board, like, okay, how do I turn this mission and impact into like a global thing where how do I create this? How do we fulfill this mission? And so I was like, it hit me. I was like, oh, Coach Skills is reopening, which is our certification program. And the coaches we certify have to want to uphold this mission. They have to want to be in the industry to change lives. So not only do you go through a 6-month certification program with us, not only do you get lifetime access to resources and lifetime access to a community, you also get put into our directory of coaches who've been certified through our team and are willing to uphold the mission of making impact. They're willing to uphold the core values of the Breadwinner Energy movement. They are here to change people's lives. And yes, you want to make money. We all want to make money, but you're here because you truly, genuinely think that coaching is your purpose. And when we certify these coaches, not only do we bring together a group of powerful women, but then you get to be on this directory that lives publicly that people can hire from. And then every year you have to remain active status, meaning you have to go in and make sure that you are following the core values and resubmit so that you're active in our directory. Otherwise you'll be removed, right? Because I think that there has to be some way to take this and make massive amounts of impact. Once you've been certified through this program and you live in our directory and you have the lifetime access, then you can move into Coach School. And for some people, they're already certified and you can come into Coach School immediately. However, you do have to uphold the mission, the vision, the values. Like I want every coach that comes into our programs to uphold this movement and be a part of the change, right? I think this is where it has to start. Now with Coach School, the goal is that you build a high impact group coaching program. You build a group coaching program that changes lives, that makes impact and is results driven. And you take that one core signature offer and then you grow it and then you scale. And when you scale, you go into our Breadwinner Energy Mastermind, which is where we help you scale your own movement to multiple 6 figures. And I would like, as all the pieces just like fit together, I was like, oh my God, like I have chills. Like I am just, this is it. And I want every woman listening who knows she's a change maker to be a part of this, and every woman who has been waiting for coaches in the industry to be change makers, like this is it, because people are tired and people are fed up and I'm willing to do something about it. And I am inviting all of you to join the movement and also do something about it, right? Because I know that so many people are just tired. They're tired of the shenanigans. And so am I. And I have spent way too much money on bullshit online and I want a change. Like I truly want there to be change. I also know that there's like massive impacts in coaching. And as most of you, if you haven't, go back to my last episode and listen with Karina, one of our Coach School students. And like that is what I want every woman to experience, right? Like this next level of your life and having a life that you never thought was possible and doing it while also changing lives, doing it while making impact online and making impact in people's lives. And like, there's been so many times I've questioned, like, am I doing the right thing? Because my growth has been significantly slower than what people around me have been. And I'm like, am I even doing the right thing, right? Like, should I be doing slimier marketing? And I just can't bring myself to do it because it feels like shit. And even when I was marketing Academy and coach school at making 100K, I had so many people come after me. Like, you can't say that. You can't do that. And even though I had like so many coaches leaving my program making 6 figures, people were still pissed. People were like, you can't promise that. And I was like, I mean, I technically can, and I'm doing it. However, like, I understand where it's coming from this other side of like people promising things that are empty and they're not getting the results. And so that's something we talk about in coach school, is like promising results that 75% of your students can get at least, and using that to determine if this promise is something you can uphold, right? And we start small with a tangible small promise, and then you move your way up into bigger promises as you run your program. But promising results and then standing on those results is so incredibly important, and leading your coaching practice with integrity and leading your practice with values that you truly believe and stand on. So that is what we're doing. So you are a coach that wants to be certified. You want to be part of our online directory. You want to build a business that's a movement, that it changes lives and makes impact. Join Coach Skills Certification. We are going to start our next round in June. It'll be 6 months live, and then lifetime access to your trainings, to the portal, and to the community, as well as being listed in our public directory. And then you'll get special invites into coach school if you foresee that that's the next steps for you. If you're already certified and you're ready to build a group coaching program or reinvent a group coaching program or learn how to sell a program on repeat, a program that actually gets results and makes impact, join Coach School. Application link is below. As always, thank you guys so much for listening, and I will catch you on the next episode.